Alrighty, what's up, everybody? My name is Jess Wilbur, and this is Spiritual Warfare Time. Welcome. Come on in, everybody. Boy, it's going to be an interesting episode. It really is. It's just so much going on. What's up, Fearless? What's going on? Sarah, all right, you're in the house. Okay. John, Jerry. Let's see who else is in here. Jimmy, what's up? Floor 125. Okay, that's a good name, right? All right. Welcome, everybody. All right, Carol, Peggy, welcome to the show. Charlie, it's just not adding up, folks. It's just not adding up, and I don't care if you are upset about that, because it's just not adding up. All right, that's just not adding up whatsoever. Charlie's whole thing doesn't make any sense. All right, a lot of videos out there pretty much pointing out the facts that something is not up to par here. Okay, something's not right. And here's a video that just explains a little bit. Here we go.
There have not treated a human being that's been shot. Okay. Those of us that have know blood is everywhere, Alex. It is, I don't want to say the F word, everywhere. There would have been
blood is fucking everywhere.
It's fucking everywhere. It'd have been over everybody's hands. It would have been over all of their shirts, pants, especially an artery shot like that. It's not possible that just no one has any blood on even their hands. Tell me why, Turning Point, no one treated Charlie Kirk. No one tried to stop the bleeding. No blood on anyone's hands. Weird things being passed off. Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. I'm not willing to say this is nefarious, but I am willing to say nobody tried to save his life. I'm 100% confident in that. I can watch it right here in front of me. And then the question is why? Give me some clothes. I need to pack that wound.
And by the way, even low-level, not very well-trained security knows to jam gauze or clothing into a wound.
Or at least your thumb. Get your thumbs down in there and actually stop the bleeding if you can, until you can get somebody to bring you help. For these guys, they just had no trauma medicine experience. None of these guys that are his personal security have ever done trauma medicine. I'm not ready to go down the rabbit hole of these guys were in on it, but I can tell you at an absolute minimum, I see massive negligence or incompetence. At a minimum, out there have...
A lot of weird stuff that happened. I don't know if they were going through his pockets, trying to get everything out of his pockets. Who knows if they were trying to get rid of a squib or something. Maybe Charlie faked his dad. Or maybe they're getting rid of the mic pack that had contained of the explosive. We don't know. We don't know. But he's right. There was a lot of things going on there that just did not make any sense. You would think the first thing you would do is to cover the hole and have, I don't know, maybe the ambulance should have been there. Why wasn't there an ambulance there? It just seems like it was too coordinated. Like, let's just hurry up and grab them and put them in a car and take off. I get it, but they don't have, don't they usually have like an ambulance nearby if you have at least 5,000 to 10,000 people nearby? Okay, you have to at least have that. That's like almost mandatory, I would think, right, Chuck? You have to. I mean, someone else it's not just for Charlie. I'm saying anyone else in the audience. I mean, when you have big events, someone's gonna die. I don't want to say that, but someone could get hurt. Heat exhaustion. Someone didn't take their meds. Who knows? Whatever. Something can happen. You need an ambulance nearby. No ambulance nearby. Everybody's running around Charlie, handing off things, going this way, going that way. Grab him. Did they wrap his neck up? Did anyone covering his neck? When you see them carry Charlie, it doesn't look like there's anything on his neck, and it doesn't look like anyone's literally covering his neck. Nothing. It's just literally, let's just drag him in. You would think if that's the case, there would be blood shooting everywhere. But then let's think about it, folks. All the blood might have just shot out during that part. Maybe most of the blood was right there while he was laying on the ground. It must have been pouring out. And maybe it just drained out, and when they got him up, that was the less, maybe that was it. Heart stops. He died right there. There's really no reason for the blood to be shooting out anymore, right? Because it's not pumping. So a lot of interesting things. Tyler Robinson, I almost want to go out to a campus and literally start to say, Tyler Robinson did not shoot Charlie Kirk. Prove me wrong, right? Prove me wrong that he did. No. Charlie, no, Tyler Robinson, I don't know, whatever. Did he shoot him? I don't think so. The switching, listen, He's on the roof, right? The report talks about he's on the roof, he shoots him, disassembles the gun, changes his clothes, and runs off. Okay. The seconds between him shooting Charlie and the seconds of him jumping off the building, right, is literally like 30 seconds. Okay. So he would run to that corner, jump off, and then that's it. Okay. You're telling me he changed. Okay. Maybe he changed in 5 seconds. Maybe he took off his shirt, rolled up his sticker. Maybe he changed when he got up there. Where's the footage of him getting up there in his prone position, right? Where's that footage, first off? And then you think about if you're going to disassemble his gun, right? The shot, the supposedly 30-06, right? It takes between, and if you're a hurry and an expert, it takes between 3 to 5 minutes to disassemble this gun. An average person, maybe 7 to 10 minutes, okay? If you're like, you want to take, you're trying to do it and, you're trying to go as fast as possible. But if you are like an expert military, like, your gun inside and out, it could take 3 to 5 minutes. It doesn't have 3, doesn't take him. Clearly, he did not disassemble the gun in 5 seconds, could change in 5 seconds, jump off the building. That would be plausible. If he could change in 5 seconds, disassemble the gun in 5 seconds, run across, he would literally could do that all in 30 seconds. It's not possible. So there's your one big massive hole. Want to go down that route. It's so, and then it makes me a little more mad that you would think, and maybe Turning Point's maybe making a position like, hey, we don't want to dedicate all our time on figuring out who killed Charlie Kirk on the show or talk about it on our platforms. Maybe they're doing it behind the closed scenes. I don't know. I doubt it. But the whole thing with Candace is very fascinating. But it is weird that she did take 10 days off during this whole madness. Hey, Charlie needs help here, right? I don't know. Why would she take 10 days off? That's strange too. You know what I mean? Very suspicious. That's right, Fearless. His shirt should have been drenched in blood. His shirt was drenched in blood. I mean, if you look at them carrying him, his whole shirt is pink. So it was, I mean, it is what it is. Candace is the only one trying to get the bottom of, yeah, I know. Trying to get to the bottom of this whole thing. Why does it take investigative journalists? Why does it take podcasters to keep talking about it? That's what I don't understand. But guess what? We are in the age right now where we have tons of footage that could be all fake. That's the sad thing, okay? I guarantee you guys take a picture of the crime scene of the building, right? And AI generates something. I guarantee you could get something similar of someone jumping off the building. We should do that, Chuck, right? Let's render to that. But the thing is, the whole situation just smells so fishy. It's very bad. It's not good. It doesn't look good on Cash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi, and Trump. It does not look good on all of them. Okay, Cash and Dan Bongino, they were the pro guys in the beginning, like, oh, we'll get the Epstein list. We know where it is. We'll get it out. We're going to dismantle it. We're going to actually turn the FBI building into a museum. We'll get to it. Okay, they didn't catch the guy. They didn't find Tyler. He was turned in, supposedly. It's not like they caught him. They had no leads. They had a picture, a fuzzy picture, and that picture came from a video. So where is that video of him going up the stairs? And if he's going up the stairs to the roof, then he would have supposedly the rifle down his pants, right? And walking very funny up the stairs, right? We would see that. But no, they only gave us a picture, and they gave us him walking in that one field, like limping. That almost like they showed that footage of him limping, and that was probably because he jumped off the building. That's if we believe all the footage. But it did maybe look like that maybe there was something down his pants. It's very strange. But and a lot of people are just saying, hey, listen, stop talking about Charlie, stop talking about his death, stop doing that. Listen, I'm in a spiritual walk, I would have to say. I've been in a spiritual walk for a long time right now. And I'm just going to the guidance of God, right? So when you see things change up or things shows we certainly, different things that we do, it's because I'm guided by that. All right. I don't know what I'm going to say on every show. I don't have a script. We don't have a layout because Chuck is lazy. Aren't you, Chucky? I'm not reading a teleprompter right now. No, I'm trying to give you the raw data that hopefully God is using me to say, because we just got to keep it alive. We got to keep Charlie alive. Or is he alive? You wonder. That's the thing. I can't stand it to think like that. Epstein's alive too. Come on. They're all alive. Maybe on separate islands, but who knows? And then this whole Israel thing. The whole peace in the Middle East. Okay, imagine if you're a Palestinian, right? And you're like, hey, guys, the war is over. You can go back to Palestine or back to Gaza, whatever the two are. What are they the same thing, right? Are they the same thing? Let's go back to Gaza, right? So you get to Gaza. Okay, all right, where's your tent? Yeah, because you're going back to a tent or you're going back to a building that is rubble. So I don't know how happy as a Gazian or a Palestinian that you would have to be. Like, yeah, the war's over. Let's go back to rubble, 42 Rubble Street, and our building is rubble in the city of Rubble, because that's what it is. 85% of Gaza is rubble, right? They got nice beaches, but I guarantee there's trash in there. I guarantee it. I guarantee there's trash, all of that in that area. Okay, I guarantee it's not clean. But I'll tell you one thing. Hamas, supposedly, these videos came out in Hamas, right? Pretty painful videos. I'm about to show you some gruesome videos, and supposedly this is what Hamas is doing. It says warning graphic. We are more evidence of what you see here to do with. This is Tim Ballard. If you remember Tim Ballard. This is them. He just shoots a guy right there. The war is over. Dust is settled, and true darkness is exposed. The same darkness is fighting right now in Syria. I beg you, U.S. media podcasters, please don't walk away from the Middle East right now. Rescue the Gazans' children with us now. Okay, this is what's going on here. Yeah, welcome to Gaza, folks. Welcome to Gaza. Here's another video. This is really bad. Viewer discretion is advised for sure. This is okay. This is with Israel leaving Gaza. Hamas is turning on its own, destroying and killing the bodies and souls of Palestinians who they believe told on them. I don't know what that means. Oh, this is another Tim Ballard post. Remember, the largest demographic of victims, political Islam and jihadist militants are Muslim children. Families, moms, and dads who just want peace as much as anyone else. I know. So they're beating this guy up to death. They break his leg. I can't see it anymore. Chuck, get rid of it. They're getting rid of it. They break his leg, break his hands. It's pretty bad. So is there peace in the Middle East? And let me ask you this. Let's just think about this, folks. Let's just say this is what really happened, right? Let's just say Israel was, having a wonderful day on October 7th, right? And then all of a sudden, these people with these makeshift helicopters fly in and start capturing people, start killing people, right? Your neighbors, right? They're literally right there. They come in, they capture a lot of people, they kill a lot of people, right? All right. They're starting a war, right? They're starting either this is just an attack. Is this just let's just hurt them? Because there's no plausible way of winning this war. Okay, there's no way that Gaza and their little armies on horses and little trucks with little guns on it is going to take out a power like Israel, right? So what is the point? Why would you do something like that, right? It's like Rhode Island coming after Texas, right? Well, really, you're going to try to take out Texas, right? With all the guns and ammo there, little Rhode Island's going to do something, right? What does Gaza have? nuclear weapons? Are they that powerful? You think about it, folks. Why would they attack Israel, right? Obviously, we know they're born and bred to hate Israel, right? You can see the children chanting, they get paid if they kill a Jew or whatever. And Israel, they hate them as well, and they live next to it. You can't have this situation next to it. And as a leader, as Israel, right? Let's just think of this. Like, how can I take over Gaza? I mean, how can I? I mean, the only plausible way to take over Gaza is if they attack us in a way where it's so bad that the people will be begging us to destroy the people that attacked us. And where are they? They're in Gaza. And they're in every building. So we must blow up every building, right? This is going to be a good 2-year operation. So you take 2 years doing this, right? You just destroy everything, right? There's Hamas in the church, blow it up. In the Christian church, blow it up. Blow up the hospital. They're there. They're in the school. Don't get me wrong, they probably could be. And let's just keep blowing and blowing it up. Right? They might not even be there, folks. This is why is the plausible path that they knew that this was happening. It's almost like they hired Hamas to say, hey, listen, it's time to attack us. Okay? We need an 11 here. So attack us. Do whatever you got to do. We're going to stand down for 7 hours because they did. And do what you do. Make it look bad. I mean, I want raw videos to show the public, show the world how bad you guys are. So we can get support over here to take over Gaza. So sure enough, 2 years go by. We still have hostages. We're still fighting. And there you go. We got Gaza. Now, you got all these thousands of people walking into Palestine right now, right? Cheering on how the war is over. You think any one of them are happy? You think any of them want peace when they go back to their rubble house and say, I can't wait. I'm so glad I'm home. We get a permit here and let's start to rebuild, right? Because our government's going to help us rebuild our homes here. As we absolutely hate Israel, we're going to just, you know what I mean? Like, we're happy now. That's the thing. Well, we're that happy. We're coming back. Israel's going to help us build our houses. The people that they absolutely hate, right? Maybe they're innocent. Maybe, maybe they don't hate Israel. Maybe they're just like, oh man, we just finally friends. We've been underneath this. Maybe it's really real, right? Hamas is just, they voted them in. They agree with them. And then Hamas got crazy and said, hey, we're going to attack Israel for fun. Funsies, right? What are we doing here? What were they going to get out of it? Honestly, was it? Obviously, it was a suicide mission. And that's the only thing that Hamas had to think of is like, this is a suicide mission, guys. We are going to destroy our own land. We are all going to die. We're going to attack Israel where it hurts. It's not a suicide mission. This was done on purpose to claim Gaza. Okay? Now they're going to claim Gaza, all right? And the Palestinian people are walking in right now. They look at their rubble homes, and you think they're going to stay there? I mean, you see a bunch of tents by the beach. Is that where they're going to live? You know how long can you live in a tent in a desert over there? How long can you do that for? No running water. I'm sure they don't even have, I don't know, construction trucks. I just don't see it. I just see that as it is. Listen, it's almost like the Palestine fires, right? And California. The people go back to their land where their house used to be. Do you think they're staying there? You really think they're going to pop a tent there and stay there? No, they're gone. They're leaving. And hopefully they'll get a permit to build their house. But guess what? They're not getting any permits right now through the state. There's not that many houses being built. So they're just going to give up their land or sell it. And then new scum is going to come in and he's going to build his little cheap housing because I guess apparently cheap housing is the new money maker, or we need to help these people that can't afford housing. So let's put them in the most primal or premium state land ever, right? Let's give them the best piece of land, and they can live cheaply there. I mean, that's what they want to do in New York. New York is very expensive to live in, and you got Zucchini out there. It might be the mayor of New York telling his people, hey, we're going to rent freeze. We're going to give you free groceries. You're going to take the bus for free. So you're going to take the free bus ride to the free grocery store and come back to your freeze rent control, right? How about that? Huh? That's good for anyone that's broke in New York, I guess. How's that going to last, huh? You're going to have to bump up the buses. The traffic is just going to be literally just a line of buses going straight and back for it, right? They're going to be packed. We're going to have more murders. We're going to have more killings. We're going to have more muggings. We're going to have more problems. You're not going to be able to keep the grocery store full. You're going to have a lot of problems. But Zucchini might win mayor of New York. So I guess obviously the New York people are that dumb, or it's rigged for him. I mean, that's either way. It's what it seems. Okay? And God bless New York City. Good luck, because you guys are screwed. All right. Another thing, I was on X. You had Steve Witkoff, giving a speech. I think they're in Israel, right? With Ivanka and Jared, right? We know them too, right? And this is the people. Hold on. Let's get the location here. It looks like they're in Tel Aviv. Okay, they're in Tel Aviv. Here we go.
To Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Oh.
Those are the people in Tel Aviv, Israel. That's right. They're booing.
Okay. To Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Booing, folks.
Okay. Let me just finish my thought. I was in the trenches, guys. Let me just. They've given everything, their time, their energy.
Anyways, they said Trump, and then they all cheered. Here is a post of Ivanka giving a speech in Tel Aviv.
The president wanted me to share, as he has with so many of you personally, that he sees you, he hears you, he stands with you, always, always. The return of each hostage is not only a moment of homecoming and relief, it's a triumph of faith, of courage, and of our shared humanity. The president...
So there you go. You got all these people celebrating a lie. The whole war was a lie. The whole thing was an effing lie. And people would celebrate like it's a real, I don't know. Folks, it's not like it was like a real attack. If you got to look into it, folks. It's not just cut and dry. It's not that simple. It wasn't just like they wanted to go on a suicide mission, and here it was. They had some money to do it, and they did it. And now what? I don't know. I don't understand that. Maybe these people are that crazy. Maybe that's, maybe they were on a suicide mission. I don't know. They say that is the synagogue of Satan. I'm just saying some do say that. All right, moving on. Let's cut to this one. This one is a weird video, I guess. This is Phil Lehman laughing and smiling and discussing Charlie Kirk getting shot. There's some footage. Back to Charlie Kirk. Here we go. Sorry.
We are outside the student life law center.
Yeah.
Did you guys see what happened?
How are you?
Did you see what happened, Phil?
No.
You were there too.
Oh yeah, it's interesting because I was there. I was a witness to everything that happened. I was talking to Charlie just before he took the stage, and I was in very, very close proximity.
Did you guys see what happened?
How are you?
Did you see what happened, Phil?
No.
No.
Charlie was a friend of mine.
No.
We know one thing: Charlie Kirk died.
I was pretty.
It's ironic, Alex. This happens to be the 12th year anniversary of my indictment.
Anyways, there you go. Very strange on that guy. Here's the 1,000 back to Gaza. Here's 1,000 people going back to their tents and rubble houses. I mean, look at this life. This is not life, folks. Your entire country has been bombed. You live in tents, and there's 75 people on one car. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. I mean, what are they? This is like, I don't know. Like, what happened? I mean, what's going on over there? You know, it's like, obviously we know. And why would you stay? Where were all these people hiding before? Were they just in tents? Is that what it was? Anyways, they're going back to rubble. And I don't know how you can celebrate that. That just doesn't make any sense. Oh, here's another video I wanted to show. This is back to Charlie Kirk. Sorry about that. Here we go.
I saw Charlie Kirk get shot. I saw Charlie Kirk get shot.
So they're kind of saying that he's reading the script as he's saying the script.
He collapsed in his seat. He fell over to the side. He was carried off.
Mm-hmm.
He had blood on his arms. He had blood on his shirt. He was dragged off and carried out of the venue. There was a gunshot that rang out.
You okay?
No, I'm not okay. I saw someone get shot today. Yeah. So. I saw Charlie Kirk get shot. He collapsed in his seat. He fell over to the side. He was carried off. He had blood on his arms. He had blood on his shirt. He was dragged off and carried out of the venue. There was a gunshot that rang out.
You okay?
No.
Isn't this the guy that was interviewing? They just walked him off, said, hey, you can't be doing this. What are you doing, dude? You can't be done. Just the same guy talking and wouldn't listen afterwards, or a different man. They seem to have the same scripted description. It's like they're trying to push a narrative. Everyone's like, hey, we saw him die. Remember, he died. We saw the blood. It was on his shirt and his arm. We got to sell it, folks. Everybody on the same script right now. Got to make sure the public knows he's dead. I wonder. And now I'm wondering if Charlie's alive. And I hope he is. Maybe it was that bad of a threat that he said, you know what? We're going to kill you. And Charlie says, you know what? I got to fake my death. Maybe that's what it was. The public had to see me die to prove that I am gone. Because if it was real, you would think maybe Erica would never have shown up on Turning Points podcast, or would have never made a speech. And I don't know, man. This is just gets wild and wild. Interesting. All right. Speaking of that, this also strikes me strange as well. Benny Johnson, like him or hate him, whatever. You watch some of these people, it's almost like they love the attention. You could tell that they love the attention because it boosts their revenue, boosts who they are or whatever, makes them a victim, makes them like, hey, we're under attack. Conservative commentator Benny Johnson revealing chilling details after receiving a letter threatening to murder him and his family. The suspect described executing Johnson in an open field, auctioning off his wife and slaughtering his children, calling them little fascists. So the person that's sending this letter, do they honestly think they were going to get away with that? Huh? It doesn't make any sense. Okay? It's almost like, do we do fake shit too? Do we make things up to make the left look even worse just to keep the narrative going? I got a letter. Let's go to my DMs. How about that? We'll go to my DMs, see all the death threats we get. You see me going to the news and saying, look at this guy. He said he wants me to kill myself. Huh? Did I go to the cops when I got doxxed? No, I moved. I had to go. I had to get out of there. That was getting risky. But it's just, maybe it's real. And if it is real, it's not going to happen because the guy literally just says, hey, I'm going to kill you. Don't tell anybody. P.S. Don't tell anybody because then this whole letter is a waste of time. Right? I would think so.
1 month ago today, I witnessed my friend of 10 years, someone who I considered a brother, a loving husband, a devoted father, a generational leader, get assassinated on a live stream by a left-wing radical. Approximately 1 year ago, I witnessed the President of the United States get shot in the head by a left-wing radical, who also took the life of a Trump supporter in front of his daughters and wife. 2 months ago, Christian children kneeling and praying in a church were slaughtered by a left-wing extremist. And 2 weeks ago, federal law enforcement was shot at multiple sniper rounds in a federal facility by a left-wing extremist. If it's happening every single week, is it that extreme? Or has the Democrat Party mainstreamed violence as a political tool? The individual who wrote me described why he wanted me dead. I was a white, cis, Christian Trump supporter. They described in great detail how I would be killed in an open field just like Charlie, how much blood would come out of my head and neck when it was blown off. This individual described orphaning my 4 beautiful children and widowing my wife with great joy. You might want to say another left-wing radical, another extremist. And to that, I would like to direct your attention to the state of Virginia, where Democrats have nominated and are about to vote for the chief law enforcement officer in that state, a man who has done the exact same thing. An individual who's calling for the assassination by bullets of Republicans that he disagrees with. The killing of their children. The slaughtering of, as he says, little fascists. Are my 4 innocent, beautiful children little fascists? Violence has been mainstreamed by the Democrat Party. It is not extremist, it is mainstream. And we need a moment of reckoning here. This has to stop. This cycle must end. Is any Democrat courageous enough to disavow violence? to call for individuals that espouse these things, like what happened to my family, or what's happening in Virginia, to call for those kind of candidates to step down? Will Democrats vote for that? Because if you're voting for that, then implicitly you're encouraging it. You're endorsing it. I don't want political violence. I want peace in my nation. I love this country. I want to be able to debate like Charlie did. I want to be able to raise my family in peace. That is our birthright. But you cannot make peace with evil as a Christian. You cannot unite with people who want you dead. I want unity in this nation. I want to be able to agree on more than what we disagree on. But for that first to happen, we must understand the battle. We are fighting good versus evil, darkness versus light. And good must conquer evil. Do not make peace with evil. To that end, and in conclusion, I would like to thank federal law enforcement, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, the FBI, the DOJ, the Tampa Police Department, the detectives here, with absolute pinpoint accuracy, professionalism, courtesy, swift and tact. They were able to act instantly in order to make sure that my family was safe. Potentially to preserve the lives of my children. And they're doing that for families all around the country in many different ways. Every American should unite behind that cause. No matter who you are, you should say, this is a country where families should be able to raise their children safely, where people can have peaceful disagreements, where we can all live together under one American flag. I just want to profoundly thank the Trump administration and federal law enforcement and local law enforcement for saving my family. I will never forget it. It is the greatest goodness that has ever been done to me. And that is a thing that every American can get behind. The Trump administration making America safe again. God bless them.
Okay. It could be all real. It could be literally someone sent a letter and he got it. And the guy's like, I'm from San Diego, just so you know. And he's in Florida. Okay. All right. Let's just say that's all real. He gives it to the FBI. They track the guy down and they arrest him, right? Let's just say it's all that, right? But really going to send a letter, put your return address, easy to find, say I'm going to kill you, and then get caught and know you're going to jail for a long time. Right? Sometimes it just doesn't add up. What I got out of that was to try to disavow this one guy that's running, some J guy. He literally said in a text message that he wanted his Republican opponent to die with 2 bullets and his family to die. And, he's like this real sicko, and he's running. No Democrats is disavowing this guy. They're telling him not to stand down. He's still running. So I got that. It seems like there was a little political hit there. And it's almost like, seems like maybe FBI sent Benny. Maybe Ben believes this. Maybe he really believes this letter was real. Maybe the FBI sent him the letter. Let's see what he does. Then he contacts the FBI. Hey, I got this letter. And the FBI's like, holy cow, you got the letter. What? We know where he is. We'll find him. He put his return address and his name. This is going to be tough. We're going to find him. And they find him. And they lock some guy up, right? Some guy that, just blame him. Blame the homeless guy over there, right? He did a crime, right? He's smoking crack on the street. Let's just get him. I don't know. I gotta question everything. Got to. I just don't see how a guy would just throw his whole life away, threatening somebody. But hey, the left are crazy. So I could believe it, or I might not believe it. In this day and age, I don't believe anything that they tell us anymore. Listen, this is my side, though. You know what I mean? This is the right side. This is the side I love. Benny, he's been around. He wants to debate like Charlie. You want to take over for Charlie? I don't know. Anyways, just thought it was a little strange. Just questioning things. So, all right, moving on. Let's see. This was the post. I don't know. American First headquarters.
I do not accept.
saying Candace Owens, we talked about this, I think, last night. Candace Owens said that she received multiple calls warning her and Tucker to lay low because they are on assassination target list. I don't know how true that is.
And do you guys that Charlie Kirk lost his life because he really pissed off the trans lobby? It terrifies me to think that on the day that Charlie died, I got multiple phone calls from people who said that me and Tucker should lay low because we're also on the list. And they never told us who specifically told them that, by the way. Now I'm wondering why they never told us who specifically told them that. I called Tucker. I'm like, are you hearing the same thing I'm hearing? If they're saying that we're next. And now I go, was that supposed to be a threat to me and Tucker? To have us watch the public execution of a friend of ours and then to call us and to say, you should lay low for a little bit because you guys we're hearing that you guys are on a list. Was that just supposed to be a threat? Because why wouldn't you be more forthcoming with exactly who you heard that from? And I remember saying, I was like, I do.
A lot of strange things going on. We'll find out. We'll see. It's just very strange. Okay. Also, let's see here. Nobel Peace Prize to this lady. Prize winner Larita Maria Corrida Mayacha. She wins the Nobel Peace Prize and she dedicates it to Trump.
Decided to dedicate it to President Trump because he deserves it. Because not only has he been involved in only a few months in solving 8 wars, but his actions have been decisive to have Venezuela now at a threshold of freedom after 26 years of tyranny that have destroyed the lives of millions of Venezuela, destabilized the region, and undermined the institutions in the United States, because having Venezuela as a safe haven of the enemies of the United States and using our territory and all.
You know, I really think Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize because Barack Obama's got one, right? For just being black, first president or something like that. Is that what it is? Is that why he got it? I think so. Because he didn't really do anything except for ruin this country as well, right? He's the one that started the trans movement because his wife is trans, right? Or his husband's trans, you know. Anyways, Jimmy Kimmel is out there again spreading lies about Antifa.
Understand, there's no Antifa. This is an entirely imaginary organization. There is not an Antifa. This is no different than if they announced they rounded up a dozen Decepticons. We've captured the Chupacabra, everyone. And then it was Trump's turn to ratchet up the rhetoric with fiery images conjured from no one has any idea where. You understand?
Yeah. Listen. Arrest them all. All right. Antifa is going down, folks. Going down. All right. Moving on. There's Trump making fun of not making fun. President Trump mocks transgenderism in front of PM Mark Carney, who has a transgender daughter.
We also have great policy. We have strong borders. We have no men and women's sports. Basic things. We're not going to take your child away and change the sex of your child. We're not going to do things like that. What they're doing to the country is so incredible. And they got away with it with all their woke crap, and now it's stopped. And we have a country that's based on common sense and strength and intelligence. We have the United States of America, and I say it all the time. Other leaders have told me this. Mark hasn't yet, but I think he would. A year ago, we were a dead country, and now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. Maybe Canada. I'll give Canada. But because I do like. We also have great.
There you go. I thought that was a little cover. They were a little mad about the LGBT plus Q community, whatever they want to call themselves. We're very upset. All right. Here we go. Here is Josh. Remember Josh Sitter? The guy that used to dress up as a trans person, pretend he was trans. I guess he did come out officially gay, I guess. But anyways, we kind of knew that with the boys. But he might be lying I don't know. He did make a post saying, hey guys, this is serious. I'm gay, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, he was out at a protest dressed up as a trans Mexican. How about that?
Trans Mexicans love ICE. We love ICE. Check your privilege. We love ICE. Trans illegals. Trans illegals. Trans illegals for deportation. Trans Mexicans for deportation. Get the illegals out of here. Get the illegals out of here. They broke the law. They broke the law.
Anyways, he was the guy. I had no idea that was the guy doing it, Chuck. I saw a bunch of videos of this guy dressed up as a Mexican. And I thought we had no idea who it was. And sure enough, it was Josh Sitter. Okay. Also, let's go into Crazy Libs. As we all know, they're crazy. Yeah, I don't know what happened here.
You told me that being a man would mean getting your stomach hairs caught in the strings of your sweatpants.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cripple nipple. Nobody gets sweat hairs, pants in the stock and the strings. I don't know how long you have been a man, but where's your nipples? Serious, they forgot to put him back. That's why Mr. Sister Twister and a transblender gender adventure. When I say that, that's you are the poster boy lady. Because that's crazy. Why you are doing this to us eyesight in the early in the morning? I swear to God, we are tired of this stuff.
We are definitely tired of these.
Nobody told.
I mean, oh my gosh, look at this. Just straight line. They honestly cannot figure out how to do it. I don't know. There's no doctors that can figure out how to take out a breast and then leave the nipple and make it semi like kind of look normal. Yeah. How could you be proud of this? If you were transitioning, how can you be proud of this? Huh? This is what you want to look like, huh? Two little lines, scars. You love your scars. It reminds you of the day you transitioned because you chopped off your breasts. And then you're going to have this surgery down there. And then you're on lifelong medication. And then you're going to have surgeries for the rest of your life. These people, I'm sorry, but they need help. Big time. From the big guy upstairs. Lord, you need to save these people. They're losing. Speaking of losing it, this lady. Imagine this. I mean, this lady has a 7-year-old daughter. She's so happy. Give it up for adoption.
Today's the day that I get to drop my daughter off for the rest of her life. I can't really say that I feel sad about it. I really don't care. I gave up custody of my kid. I put her up for adoption. She's 7 years old. Oh, sorry. I literally just woke up. She's going to school. I'm about to drop her off to her last day of school. I have to take her to. And then the adoptees are picking her up from the school pickup line. And yeah, I'm a free woman after that. I'm selling my house. I'm buying an RV. I'm about to travel the world. I'm pretty excited. I have been like waiting for this moment my entire life, ever since I had her, and I was being guilty and not giving her up just because like I felt like as a mom you're not supposed to give your kid up. But then I had a good talk with like my boyfriend, and he said that it doesn't matter what other people think, it's what you want, and I don't want a kid, so today's.
I don't know, Chuck. Do you buy that one? This one is very strange. Really? You're going to put yourself out there saying that you're going to give up your 7-year-old child? Really? You're really going to say, and then your boyfriend, yeah, he's a real good guy. Yeah, get rid of your kids so we can go around. Yeah, sell your house. Yeah, let's get in an RV and drive around the world. The world, right? Did she say world? With an RV? Can you travel around the world with an RV? I think she said world. Maybe she said America. I don't know. Yeah, folks, these people could exist, and even if you're faking it, that is not a good joke. Not at all. I'm just saying, it's not at all. Whatever. I guess this is another Charlie Kirk video. Charlie Kirk show executive producer Andrew tells Fox News Digital why it was important to dedicate a full episode debunking lies on the slain conservative activist after liberals spread viral, out of context clips online following Kirk's assassination.
The clip was that they were taking out of context. There's actually a really reasonable explanation that the vast, vast, vast majority of conservatives are going to agree. Charlie was a conservative. He didn't expect progressives to agree with his opinions, but to take them and then bastardize them and corrupt them and spin them so that you could sort of somehow say Charlie deserved what came to him is a gross misjustice, because Charlie, and I spent so much time with him in private, was truly one of the most remarkably kind, generous, loyal, and just decent human beings you would ever meet. Loyal to a fault, generous to a fault, patient to a fault. And I mean, really, he exemplified the Christian ethic in private and in public, and he lived those values truly. And so to see people malign him because he was confronting lies when he was so public about it, and he took those slings and arrows for so many of us, it really just frustrates me. And I felt the moral obligation as his friend to have his back and to set the record straight. Whatever the...
You know what I was just thinking about? If Charlie really did fake his death and that really was a squib on his neck, I don't think he'd be walking around, throwing hats around, moving around just to try to, it could ruin it. It could move. Usually when you do stuff like that in the movies, they got it set. All right, don't move, action. And then you go, right? That's what, I mean, basically, they can't be that good where you could just walk around and in a close-up setting, and sure enough, it doesn't like fall apart, or you'll see a tube or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to say maybe Charlie is dead. I don't know. I hope he's not. I hope he's alive. I hope he's hiding somewhere. No, he's definitely alive in heaven, right? Amen to that, right? We're all going to heaven, right, folks? We got to keep fighting for the Lord, right? This is interesting. I don't know if you guys know about Neuralink, but they got a new advancement here. This guy is controlling a robotic arm with his brain.
I feel like I should probably hold on to it the whole time and probably like gesture wildly with it. Like, you guys, you know what I'm talking about, right?
So there you go, just showing you how advanced Neuralink is getting. Remember, it used to be the guy was following the mouse thing on the computer. That was interesting. Now this guy's controlling an arm. Robotic arm, that's pretty good, huh? It's pretty good. Where is it all going, folks? Where is it going? Hopefully it does well. Hopefully it does a lot, for people that have been suffering. All right, here, let's go to another crazy libtard video. This is a trans church leader is taking DIY supplements to grow breasts and transition into a girl. Baby Danielle identifies as a toddler and sleeps in a crib. He hosts an all-ages pride events with his church group and sells diapers on Etsy to fund his transition. I'll tell you one thing. When you give attention to these people, they're going to sell more diapers. That's the fact. Right, Chuck? Because Chuck's looking for diapers. He's got a kid. There you go. You can buy diapers on Etsy and support this fool. But I'm just saying, if a leftist saw this video, like, that's it, I'm buying diapers for... Well, leftists wouldn't really buy diapers because they don't have children. They don't like kids. You know what I mean? Anyways, he's part of a church, folks. A church. Yeah, church out there. If your pastor's doing this, it's time to get out, okay? It's time to get out, all right? And throw him in jail. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure he's done some sick stuff, right? All right. This was interesting. 3 days. Oh, that was 3 days ago. Okay, not a big deal. Okay. A lot of ICE raids going on, folks. This is not good. These people are throwing rocks again in windows. Telling you, you're gonna go to jail for a long time for throwing a rock in a cop car, because that could kill somebody. These people do not care whatsoever. There should be no protests against ICE agents in your town, okay? They're just doing their job, all right? They're trying to get rid of the criminals in this world, okay? Just let them arrest them, round it up, and ship them to Alcatraz. You know what I mean? That's what they need to do, folks. That's what they need to do. Shoot them all, someone says. Cheryl, we can't say that on camera. We can't say that. Shoot them all. You're crazy. Arrest them all, I would have to say, right? All right, here is, I don't even want to show that video. Chuck, it's stupid. All right, we are wrapping up. Okay, listen, folks, a lot of stuff going on, right? Charlie, Israel, ICE, and Trump. Peace in the Middle East, sure, I guess, right? If you haven't done so, we got our hats. I don't know if you guys seen our hats out. They're officially out right now. The God logo embroidered. Spiritual warfare on the back. It's actually black. This was a sample hat that we got. Also, we have this one as well. This is a little dirty because I use them all the time, right? Spiritual warfare on the back. Get these hats. These are fitted hats. Make sure you get the small. All right, I use a small. All right, there's a small, large hats. Make sure you get the right size. But make sure you go to webersway.com/shop. And we have some good news about our store, actually. We are officially have launched on Amazon. So if you do see our clothing on Amazon, it is us. You'll see Buy Spiritual Warfare in there. We're waiting for the trademark, so that's in the works as well. We will have everything trademarked. We'll have a brand on Amazon, official brand on Amazon, official store. But our clothes are on Amazon now. So if you do see our stuff, please don't email, say, hey, someone's stealing your stuff. I know we were in Walmart for a while, and a lot of you guys were sending us emails saying, hey, your stuff is in Walmart. Someone's stealing your stuff in Walmart. It was us in Walmart. But we are officially, I think we discontinued Walmart because of the syncing issue. It's just a mess. It's a real mess. But we're officially on Amazon as well. So our stuff is there as well. It is free shipping on Amazon. It's a lot cheaper to go to our site. Amazon's a little more expensive. I think there's a lot more fees and stuff like that. But other than that, guys, support us there every single day because it helps us grow, helps us keep fighting the good old fight that we all need to keep fighting. You all need to be part of this, folks, because if you're not, well, silence is violence, right? I should say that, right? All right, folks, we are going to pray for the people that really need it. That's right. If you don't know what time it is, it's time to pray for these people, right? All right. Dear Heavenly Father, we pray for the woke left, the person that just transitioned or trying to transition into a female, I guess, Lord, right? Or a male? A female? Is it female? See, Lord, we get very confused with these type of things. But anything, regardless, Lord, this is disgusting. And you know it's a mockery of what you've made us, Lord, right? We know that. So, Lord, I ask you to reach out to this person. Visit them in their dreams or during the day, whatever. Send Jesus to them to heal their soul because they are on the wrong side of history, Lord. So we ask you, Lord, to help them detransition. Obviously, we know they'll never become what they were going to transition into, but obviously, think that they're going to transition. Lord, save this soul because one soul will make heaven that much better. So we ask you to reach out to this person tonight. We say this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, folks. If you haven't done so, remember, go to webersway.com/shop. Use the promo code GODWINS because he wins every day. And support us there. Free shipping as well. Other than that, we'll see you later. And remember, Jesus is coming. So, get right with the Lord.
With faith as my fire, I'll stand and I'll cry. In the name of the truth, I'll rise up today. In the name of the truth, I'll rise up today. In this spiritual war, I'll never back down. With grace as my guide, I'll wear the crown.